All right. Where did your journey with softball begin?
Right here on this field, actually. Kind of ironic, but I started off at 4 years old playing t-ball, and from then I just stuck with it, and eventually I just kept going up in age and just kept trying to continue it and just play to my best ability. And I ended up here with a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of trials, most definitely, but pretty much started right here in this small little place.
Awesome. What inspired you to choose softball over other sports or activities growing up?
Softball was my escape. It's where I felt like the most. I felt softball brought out who I was. It was a part of me. It was my love. I loved playing on the field. If I was having a bad day, I could go on the field and it would all temporarily go away. Softball was just my safe place, and it's just where I belonged, and it really stuck with me. It became my personality. I know a lot of people be like, well, don't let this sport make you, but this sport made me. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity that it has given me. And it's just an amazing sport. I can be competitive. I love to compete. I am aggressive. So being out, most sports you can't really be physical, but softball is a very physical sport. So that's where I really picked it over any other sport. It was just a love.
All right. Was there a particular moment when you knew you wanted to play at the college level?
When I was 12, I was playing travel ball, and I started hitting bombs, and from then I knew I was gonna go somewhere. It was no doubt that I was going to be continuing my athletic journey. From there, it was just in 12U, I was just hitting bombs, just hitting the ball really hard, and everyone could tell you that I was gonna go somewhere. Eventually, I was going to make it to the level of the collegiate path, and I did so.
All right. Who were your biggest influences or role models early on?
Kind of ironic, because I don't have any role models. There's not someone I look up to. There's not one particular person. I look up to Michaela Edenfield. She's not my position, but yet when she gets on the field, she owns the field. She owns the plate. Her, when she's on the field, just her presence. So I look to her for leadership. I look up to Jocelyn Alla for hitting. She has such an amazing swing, such a natural swing, and just her story coming up, playing collegiate softball, it's kind of similar to mine. So, I look up to her for the power in my hitting. I look up to Mia Scott from Texas and her defense. When I play third, I want to be like her. So, it's not just one person I look up to. I look up to multiple softball players for different reasons.
What did it take mentally, physically, and emotionally to get to Division level? Get to the Division I level.
So mentally, it was just no matter what the result was, just still going on. It's a struggle being out here playing this game for a long time. You go through a lot of changes. You go through a lot of battles. Just always wanting to perform at your best, and sometimes you're not going to be able to because no one's perfect. But at the end of the day, just mentally, you have to keep going on because of your love for the sport. You can't let it take such a big toll on you, because at the end of the day, softball is not a perfect sport. Nobody can be perfect. You're gonna strike out. So for me, my biggest thing is I hate striking out. I love to hit. So mentally, hitting is a hard thing for me, and it's something that I'm getting over because I know 1,000 times I'm not gonna be batting 1,000%, although I want to. So it's mentally that you have to keep going for the love of the sport. Physically, it's just getting out there and grinding. Every day you gotta wake up, you gotta have a purpose on why you want to go to this level. You gotta wake up and grind. You gotta have that dog. You can't play softball as a chihuahua. You gotta be a pit bull. You gotta be a Rottweiler. You gotta go out there and work. So physically, it's just waking up every day saying there's someone outworking me. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna work to not be outworked. So that's my mindset, is never be outworked. Know the work that I'm putting in is more work than anybody else is putting in, and that's my physical aspect of going to play Division I softball. And honestly, that's a lot of our mindsets that do make it to Division I. We go out there and work sun up, sun down, 24/7. That's all that's on our mind. It's just being the best, wanting the best, and just training the best.
So what does a typical day look like for you during the season?
So during the season, I know it's definitely gonna change, but during a typical season, you wake up, I have like a meal replacement shake. So I have breakfast in the morning, which is a protein shake. Then I go to school, and then right after school, it's straight to softball from like 4 to 8. And then depending on different days, like you'll come out here and get some more work in. Like I'm always a hitter, so I'm always hitting after everything. Right now, my schedule during summer is obviously waking up at around like 6 or 7, going to the gym, working out, and then doing my fitness test right after that. And that takes I work out from like 6 to 8, and then from 8 to 11 I'm doing my fitness test, and then I go home, I get a good lunch in, and then try to recover in any way. So some days I alternate in the ice bath, some days I just have like a massage roller. Like it's always recovery after that. And then in the evening I try out and go hit some balls, like get in the net, go to the batting cages, put like 2 solid hours in. And on certain days I have practice with a team of mine, and we get out there and work. So mainly it's just softball all day, like just training on different stuff and recovering.
All right. How did you balance school life and training in high school, and how is that different now at FAMU?
So in school, I really just like got my work done in my classes. I didn't try to take too much work home, because I knew like right after school it was work, and me personally, I don't have time to sit there and do work. So I would just be on top of my classes, be on top of my work, like never get too far in an assignment. If I needed help, I definitely reached out for help, like just utilizing all available resources to you. In college, it's gonna be tough, because in the morning you got 5:30 workouts till about 8 or 9. You have workouts, practice, and then you go to class. So my class schedule right now, I'm gonna be booked from like 11 to 4 on days, and then after that it's go to the field, get some work in during the fall. And then fall ball, I obviously have games that doesn't start till November. So just staying on top of my work, that's my plan going in. Staying on top of my work, not letting too many new things take control of my life, still trying to find that balance, and showing up 1,000% at the softball field, always putting in work, always being around the field. Like I just want to be on the field 24/7. Like I constantly just want to get better, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Were there moments when you wanted to quit, and how did you push through them?
Yes, so there was a couple of moments where I just didn't want to continue with it, because it was mentally draining. From like you go through obstacles, everyone does, and I just didn't feel like I was good enough. But mentally I just had to take a mental break and just be like, okay, you love this game for the reason. Why do you love this? I had to find that love again for my sport and why I wanted to do it. Because I know going to college, you can't halfway do anything. Like it's 24/7, 100% all the way in to be the best. So obviously just going through that time, just mentally just looking at why I love the sport. Why did I want to do the sport? Why have I been doing the sport? So that was how I mentally overcame it. Like I knew it was always going to be a part of me. So it was like finding the good in everything, even like no matter what the circumstances were, just continuing to push through.